Hello, and welcome to the May episode of Spartan Sports Central, our final episode of the school year. We have an exciting episode for you. We have Track Coach Sergio Hinojosa, Stafford Dance Coach Shannon Heath, and Stafford Cheerleading Coach Jerrae Bazile. Our player profile this week is Spartans junior football player Zachary Natt. Welcome back to the show, Coach Hinojosa.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you.
Great to be here.
All right, so you guys have the state meet coming up. You have several state qualifiers. Let's talk about some of those state qualifiers.
Sure. Thanks for having us. We have Ryan Martin, who is a sophomore this year, and he's a junior this year.
Yeah.
And he is qualified in the 100 meter dash. He's currently number 3 in the state of Texas with a 10:56. He also qualified in the 200 meter dash. Currently sitting in 4th with a 21:68, and then he's also a member of our 4x1 relay team. So really excited about Ryan. He's really coming on towards the end of the season. As you know, he won the Texas relays at the end of March and had another good performance at the regional meet. So we're hoping that he can PR and hopefully shoot for that school record of 10:45 that Cameron set a couple years ago, and hopefully score some points for us in all 3 of those events. We also have, of course, senior Kenneth Bodwin, who is our MVP for this year. Scored most points. He's been the MVP at several events, including several track meets, including the district meet, area meet, and the regional meet. He is regional champion and set a PR in the 300 meter hurdles. He's currently number 1 from all the regional results that have come in from last weekend. He's also a qualifier in the high jump. In the high jump, it was a long 2 days of a track meet, so he was a little tired, ended up sneaking in and getting second place with the height of 6'2". So, with 6'2", he's towards the bottom of the qualifiers right now, but we know he's jumped 6'6" this year, and so we're hoping that he can sneak in there and get some points in the high jump. Aside from that, he's also a qualifier in the 4x1 100 meter relay. He's our second leg of that relay, and he's also our leadoff leg in the 4x4.
Oh, in the 4x4,
That's
okay.
right. So he's 4-event qualifier.
And then, of course, he's going to Texas A&M Kingsville next year to run.
That's right, yeah. So
compete.
last weekend he got a chance to get a taste of his new home for the next 4 years, so that was neat to watch him compete there and run his personal best, so he's excited about it. We also have sophomore Sterling Riles, who's a qualifier in the 400 meter dash. So he'll be running the 400 as well as the 4x4 for us. So he's our second leg, and really, really strong kid. 10th grader this year, like I said, so he has a bright future with us next couple of years.
And he was on the relay that went to state last year, right?
That's right, he was as a freshman. So,
wow.
And then the other kids that didn't make it in an individual event but are on the relays is senior Jalen Hill, who ran all 3 relays for us and is now a state qualifier for the 4x1 and 4x4, as is Tishon Wilson. Same thing with him. He's a qualifier on both relays.
Okay.
So we're excited.
And then you guys are coming off a regional championship, but not only that, but area and district championships. So what does that mean to the program to get to win those?
That's right, yeah. So, it's always huge when you do that. Those are just stepping stones and milestones, but they're always great achievements, and our kids, know the expectations coming in. And any time that we feel that we have a chance to do something special like that, then we really talk it up and really try to get the kids to compete to the best of their ability and try to hype them up and get them to really, step up and perform, because it's there for the taking. And when you have that chance, then we got to make sure that we capitalize and we do that. So we are definitely talking about it, and same thing with the state track meet. We're right there within reach, and we feel that if we perform to the best of our ability, then we have a good chance to.
What's it going to take to win the state meet to bring that second title in 3 years home?
I think it's going to take 50 points, and I think it's going to take for our kids to perform like they have this year before, put it all together, and it's got to come together for us on that particular event. It's got to just fit for us. Right now, what I did was I gathered all the results from all the regions, and I kind of scored every single event based on the regional results. And right now we're in 3rd position behind Carthage, who currently would score 48 points. Dallas Carter's at 44, and the Stafford Spartans are at 32. So that's without any points in the 4x4 because, again, we were tired from our entire 2 days worth of competing. And I say that because we truly believe that we get the best out of our kids. We squeeze everything out of them, and they're all multiple event kids. And Kenneth Baldwin, you got Ryan Martin on both relays. So the way we're successful, or part of the way we're successful, is by making sure that our kids get maximum points and maximum number of events. So we feel that we can run 318, 317 in the 4x4, which would give us some points. I didn't give us any points because of our time at the regional meet, but I know that when it's time to compete, we're going to see some results there, as we're going to see some results with Kenneth Baldwin in the high jump. So I think if we just put it all together and run to the best of our ability, that we'll have a good chance to hopefully bring home a state championship.
Now, Baldwin, you talked about him earlier. He was the Athlete of the Week, not only Houston Chronicle, but for Channel 11, so that really speaks volumes about him. Yeah,
he honestly truly deserved. That kid has been with us since he was in 9th grade. He's just the definition of a true track and field athlete. Eats, breathes, and drinks, sleeps, everything track and field. And that's just who Kenneth is. And I think that that is a recognition that is well deserved, and we're so proud of him and so glad that he deserved that received that distinction, because it really meant a lot to him to be able to get recognized. I know sometimes he just goes along and a little pat on the back is all he needs, but I think that was very appropriate for him.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Coach, and we look forward to seeing you and Kenneth and everyone at the state meet this weekend. Next up is the player profile, Stafford football player Zachary Natt. Welcome back to the program. In addition to being a star football player, Zachary Natt is a well-rounded student who is also an expert welder.
He's not very vocal. He's a leader by his actions. That kid's just trying to do what he's supposed to do. He does a real good job of influencing the younger kids, getting them to understand what it takes to be a varsity football player, what it takes to be a varsity football player in the classroom.
Zachary Natt is a junior athlete at Stafford High School, defensive tackle and offensive guard for the Spartans football team.
His ability to do certain things on offense helps us be a better team, and he's a dominant player on defense. A lot of people in the area know about him. A lot of coaches around the area know about him, know the fact that he's a dominant player, and they're looking forward to him having a good year.
As a student athlete, he knows the important part of the title.
Academics more better than athletics.
The work of lifting weights is something an athlete has to do to reach a goal, and Zachary has his goals.
SMU, I would like to go there, but I need to start studying for my ACT and SAT scores so I can get a high grades on that.
Last year, he was showing an animal at the livestock show. And not only was doing all that, he was playing football, and he threw the shot put and disc and track, and he power lifted. So, the kid is just in everything. He's involved in a lot of stuff, and he does a good job there, and he's a great kid to have around.
Out of all those activities, he also made his mark in welding as a member of the Stafford welding team at Skills USA competitions.
I like burning metal together, fusing it together, and I like making things.
Hard worker, and I don't have any troubles out of him. He's always wanting to learn something new. He's a very hands-on kid. That's really basically all. His work ethic is fantastic.
During the Harvey, Zach was one of the first guys up here to volunteer services. He's always volunteered his time. He works consistently goes down and works at the Houston Food Bank. And anytime we have some kind of activity, he's always there. He's always willing to give of himself.
Zachary's faculty advisor for his study abroad trip to Costa Rica agrees.
But he also got to be such a unifying figure with all his peers. He was dancing when we had a cultural night. He was dancing with all the friends and stuff. When it came to doing activities, he was always the first in line. Hey, we can do this. We can all do this. Let's go zip lining. Let's go swimming in the waterfall. Let's go out in the ocean, look at the barrier reef. And he loved it. He loved it. He was a great leader on this trip.
His leadership skills will be tested again this fall on the football field.
I expect him to be one of our dominant players this year. We're looking forward to him having a great season.
Zachary expects a lot of himself.
I'm trying to get a higher ranking because right now I'm at 49 in the Texas ranking. I'm trying to get up to number 1 and try and get a scholarship. But to get that, I have to do hard work.
Zachary Natt has learned the value of working hard to get results. For him, the weight of life will be easy to bear. For Spartan Sports Central, I'm John Woods.
Natt has a bright future ahead of him on and off the field. Next up is our interview with Stafford Sensations dance coach Shannon Heath. Welcome back to the show. The Stafford Sensations started this year and they've had an amazing first year. We're here with Stafford Sensations coach Shannon Heath to talk about the program. Welcome back to the show, Coach Heath.
Thank you so much. Glad to
All
be
right,
here.
yeah, so you guys have had a great year. How did you turn this program around so quickly from starting it?
Well, I think it's just because we got to build it from getting a new name and having a different tradition and a different direction that we've gone to. It seems like the community has really responded very well to it. Just doing what I'm used to doing with the dance team, and so it's taking off.
Okay, awesome. And I know y'all had your spring show a couple days ago.
Yes,
Tell me about that.
So the spring show was the dance team, my 7th grade dance class, my 8th grade dance class, my high school dance class, and our color guard. Also, we introduced our next year's dance team, and the theme was Dancing Through the Decades, and each class got to pick a style and a decade that they got to research, and we got to do a dance that their parents got to come and see them perform, because I think it's important for kids to have a goal that they reach towards. Either it's a performance or a contest or a game or something like that. So it was really enjoyable for the class to have that where they got to show their parents what they do.
Okay, so who are some of the key leaders on your team?
Well, right now we are kind of all on the same playing field as of this year, just so that way the students can get the understanding of where the direction is going, and because it's kind of just new for everyone, I wanted everyone to be kind of on the same field. Eventually we'll have officers and stuff like that. Next year we're actually going to have our first group of seniors, so we're very excited about that one.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. So I know over this past weekend, you and your team traveled down to the Clear Lake area, I think in Webster, to support the Special Olympics team from Stafford. Tell me about that.
So it was brought to my knowledge that that when our Stafford school has gone to the Special Olympics, there has not been a bunch of cheerleaders or anyone to go and cheer them on, so we thought that was something that would be a lot of fun for us to do. We try to do 4 community service projects a year, so we decided that this one was definitely one that we wanted to participate in. We had 19 students from Stafford, from I think intermediate all the way to high school, participate, and we made signs with everybody's name on them, and it did rain a little bit, but it was a beautiful day, and we got to be there, and we were wearing all Stafford stuff, and it was a great time. It was very humbling for the students to go and to just have fun, and we didn't have to perform, so it was just something that we got to sit in the stands and just watch, and it was really great to be a part of that.
Wow, that's amazing. So what are y'all going to do over the summer to prepare for the upcoming year?
Right, so we're going to have summer camp at the end of July. I also teach color guard, so I'll be doing marching band starting in August. And just getting ready. I think we have a lot of pep rallies this year. We have a lot of games this year, so just trying to get all of those things involved. We're adding white boots, cowboy boots this year. So we're going to be doing more kick routines and trying to sway more to the drill team aspect. So doing a drill/dance team. So adding a lot of kick routines and a lot of the more traditional dance team dances.
Okay, well, thanks for being on the show. We look forward to another great year from the Stafford Sensations.
Thank you.
All right, next up is an interview with cheerleading coach Jerrae Bazile. We have a very special guest for you today. Stafford High School cheerleading coach Jerrae Bazile is here to talk to you about the Stafford High cheerleading program. Welcome to the show, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, so talk about the year that your cheerleading program has had.
I would say that we started off with a great year. This is my first year with Stafford, and I had a great group of girls, and I had started with one guy. So it was something different for Stafford, and I think the cheerleaders really loved it and enjoyed it. This was our second year going to UIL competition, so they started last year, and they just considered cheerleading a UIL sport. So they advanced very well when they went to competition this year. They stopped at a 38, and that's the spot that they led. We were going for top 20 out of over 100 teams, all in 4A. So this year, one thing that we've done different, we've incorporated a junior varsity cheerleading team. So instead of taking my 12, we're taking a team of 14, and then we have junior varsity that has a team of 6. So we plan to take about 20 girls to competition this year, and we plan to clinch a top 20 spot.
Oh, wow, because I know the year before, you guys came a long way to get to number 38 from where you had been, where you started.
The year before, we were at 69.
Okay.
And then this past year, we were at 38. So we definitely plan to get to top 20. Normally, the teams that were there are much larger teams, and Stafford is a much smaller school. And so with the aroma, everything that they've done with cheerleading at the school so far, a lot of people want to be a part of it. And so we were actually able to double our team in size this year. So we do look forward to going and bringing our 20 girls.
Okay, so I know a lot of people in Stafford see y'all at the games and the football games and the basketball games and everything, and then you were talking about this UIL competition, but you guys are involved in some other competitions too, right?
Definitely. So we do anything with National Cheerleading Association. So we just recently did a clinic with National Cheerleading Association where I took the new team, the new varsity team, to the NCA clinic where they were able to learn how to do different stunts and things. We try to be involved in the community as much as possible. If anything is out there that the cheerleaders can put their name on and be a part of, we are open to it and we really want to do it. So with the camps, we have a lot of camps coming up to where the kids can learn, and we also host clinics where they can come out to the school, and these new cheerleaders or younger girls, they come and learn from us.
And who are some of the key members of your high school team?
I would say our 3 seniors this year, I had Miss Faith Odighi, she was the captain. Jessica Fortune was the co-captain, and Miss Alyssa Jackson was our historian. And those 3 girls brought a lot to the team, especially with my first year being a coach. They made it a lot easier for me. I was able to actually learn a lot from them, and I'm glad and happy that they were a part of the team. They're all going off to do great things this year. Texas A&M, Jessica's going to New York. Faith is choosing between Prairie View and Oklahoma at the moment.
Oh,
so
wow.
They all plan to go and expand their knowledge and still be involved in cheerleading and involved in the community.
Oh, great. And then what is, with those kids graduating, what's kind of your outlook for next season?
So, of course, people have already been, getting ready for the next year. We've already selected our new captain, who's Miss Kennedy Robinson, and our co-captain, who's Miss Ariel Burks-Patterson. They'll both be seniors next year. And outside of my 3 seniors last year, there were 2 juniors that really, really helped us a lot and pushed forward the team. So I'm starting a new team with 20 girls, and it's good to say I only have 2 seniors. So I know that next year it'll be a lot of things will be able to stay the same, and we'll be able to get our groove going kind of with cheer.
And then you guys are sponsoring a faculty-student basketball game. Tell me about that.
We have our staff versus student basketball game. It'll be Thursday, May 10th, and we took 5 of the players recommended by Coach Botts from his varsity basketball team, and 5 of the female members from the varsity girls basketball team from Coach Spivey, and they're going to play either the coaches or the teachers, whoever decided to play. So it was a fundraiser that the cheerleaders put on so that we could raise money to help go to camp. We plan to go to camp in South Padre, and it's July 6th through the 9th, and we're going to a National Cheerleading Association camp.
Okay, well that sounds like it'll be a great experience for you and for the members of your team. So we appreciate you being on the show today.
I appreciate you for having me.
All right, thank you. Okay, well that does it for our Spartan Sports Central in 2017-18. Have a great summer. We'll see you next year.
This program was produced on the Stafford campus of Houston Community College.